Evans. 27 hearts beat.
Hey, Gromies, we're in the 4x4 from Vivosun. I barely squeezed back here. This is getting really big, so I'm not sure how we're going to really do content in the future on this, but we're going to make it work. I want to keep updating you guys on what we're doing in here. This is the James Loud Permanent Midnight. We're running on 300 watts of light. We're about, PPFD-wise, about 650, and we're going to slowly ease that up into the 900s. That's about where I usually max it. You can push it past this, but I don't want to overdo it or stress anything. So we're at day 9 of flower, so we're defoliating and we're doing super cropping, trying to even up this canopy, pulling off leaves. Anything that's covering bud sites, we're pulling off. We got such a big canopy here that it's not going to hurt to pull a bunch off here. So also, you want to think about, I like to scrog. You can see that this is a screen that I made. You can check out my videos on how I've made that. I love this training method. I use it on all my grows, and we're trying to create this line so we get nothing but good top colas and not a bunch of larf. It's okay to have a little bit of larf, but I don't like to trim it. It's not fun, so I like to get as much good smokable bud as I can. And that's the plan here, is just taking everything that isn't going to produce enough flower, and once you grow a few of them, you'll get to realize what's going to grow and what's not. And we're also, what we're doing in this is we're doing super cropping. You can see right here, this one's super cropped. We rolled it. Same with this one. We're just going to do a little bit of these ones here. Like I said, we're just trying to even this canopy, so you don't need to super crop this lower stuff, just this top stuff here, to try to maintain this evenness. Like I said, we're pulling off leaves that are covering any bud sites. I'll bring you over the top of the canopy real quick, and we'll talk about kind of what you're looking after, what you should be pulling off. And I'm excited, guys. We're finally in flower. It's been a while. We had to get the new sponsor, Vivosun, so we switched everything over. We got a new tent, new light, new everything. So this is a new environment. I'm using AC Infinity as my environment. We have a humidifier going in here. I'm rocking about 78 degrees Fahrenheit, about 64% humidity. And I'm gonna ride that all the way out, all the way until week 5, week 6 of flower, when they really start chunking up, and then I'll drop this humidity. I like to stay in the 60s. It's just something I like to do. I don't get very hot temperatures in here, so I can ride a little bit lower humidity if I have to, like a 60 or 55, but I like to ride the 65% humidity throughout most of the grow. 70% more young when they're younger, but right now we're trying to keep 65% humidity. And these girls had a little bit of deficiencies going on, but I think it was from lack of watering. I just didn't keep up on it. And that's what you got to do, is make sure that your moisture's on point. When you see deficiencies, don't just immediately assume that it's an iron or magnesium. Even if it's showing the signs, it could be something else. It could be watering, it could be not enough airflow, it could be too much light causing them to be deficient. I see no deficiencies on here. Really nice light green growth coming off of here. The other stuff's dark green. So let me go ahead and bring you over the top here, and I'll kind of show you what I'm looking after as far as defoliating as of right now, because we're in week 2 of flower. They're starting to stretch, and when they start to stretch is when you got to keep up on this canopy and make sure that when they're done stretching, you have a nice even canopy so you can maximize your light, get all the PPFD that you need, and an even range, not something that's running 1,000 here and only 600 down here. So that's why I like to keep everything even, maximize our light, get the yield that you're looking after. So let's go ahead. I'll show you up top real quick. All right, Gromies, before we jump up top, I want to go ahead and show you what's going on down here. My idea of a living soil bed. So this is a 30-gallon fabric pot from Grassroots. I really love these. If you're going to go living soil, these are the beds to get into. Very good reputation. So you can see all this in here. This is just chopped up leaves that I chop and drop into my soil. Anything I pull off the plant is going back into our soil to replenish the nutrients, just keep that cycle going, the decomposition that's going to feed the microbes, feed the worms, and be able to in tune feed the plant in the future. I got cover crop in here, just some veg, clover, there's lentils, there's forage pea, there's a bunch of different ones. It's a 12-seed cover crop from Build a Soil. And let's go ahead and show you the screen here. You can see I didn't make my strings tight enough here, so when you're making these scrogs, make sure that they're tight enough. I mean, these branches are very strong and they're going to pull it in anyways, but if you can get them a little bit tighter, the better. So we're up top here. You can see we got a little bit of a mess here. So what we're after here is we're pulling these top ones. See how this right here is overlapping and overlapping? Let's go ahead and let's get rid of that. You see, now we got all these bud sides in here that are now open. Same thing over here down in this cluster. We're going to go ahead and we're going to pull these off here. Now we got more bud sides exposed. That's the idea of everything as far as defoliation when you're at this stage. We're pulling off stuff that's pointing in, blocking stuff. If you see how it's just overlapping, we got enough health in here. We can take these off of here, and that's what we're after. And when we're talking about this super cropping, what we're going to want to do here is this right here was standing straight up and it's sticking higher than everything. So what I did is I pinched this, not enough to feel juices, and I roll it down. So now that's flat and you can see it's even. So now these nodes right here are going to pop up and become that new apex. And so you can see we're pretty much even here. And that's all you're after, is keeping this canopy even all the way into week 3 of flower. And then when you get into week 4, just kind of defoliate. Don't do much super cropping. We don't want to prevent these from flowering or producing the maximum yield. And that's all we really got going on right now, Gromies. Day 9 of flower, training hard right now, watering in ferments. That's all we're doing right now. Other than that, we're just watering. And like I said, we got 300 watts of light on here from Vivosun. We got 2 fans. We got an exhaust coming out. We got a humidifier coming up top here, keeping that environment. So much love, Gromies. Till next time in the 4x4, I hope you have a great night.